Hello and welcome to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. We have an amazing show for you tonight. We are honored to have in studio Africa's #1 DJ, super producer, DJ Creme de la Creme. It's in the building. Thank you. Before we get to that part of the show, a lot of things have happened within the past 1 week, and we shall not ignore them due to unavoidable circumstances. We start with sad news. Diamond's chest does not have gold following this incident that was caught on camera. I find it interesting vile Simba imetulia ikitolewa nyororo kwa shingo. I know Diamond loves his fans, but this time walimfika hapa. But at least that prepares him for his upcoming concert in Thika, because huko watamungoa mpaka tattoo. That's very sad. That's very sad. However, it's not all losses. Diamond may have lost his gold chains, but his chain of women still remains intact. Yes. He has revealed that the chains zenye ziliibiwa hizo zimengolewa are worth 1.8 million shillings. Alafu mwizi ni kama alizingoa vibaya ikaenda na ile kizungu kidogo alikuwa nayo.
They started arguing each other on social media. My girlfriend telling that side chick like, no, there's no way my, and she used to even call me Hubby, man. There's no way my Hubby can date with you. No matter you have a wife or you don't have a wife, just have a girlfriend. When you have a side chick, make sure at least you can, so that it can protect you from do not having the sidekick.
Mademu tusaidie, Hubby. Hubby ni nini? Unajua? Ni hubby. Ni hubby ama ni Hubby? Unajua? I think this makes me feel like yo Mobeto ni jina ya Kikisi. Hubby! Now, and speaking of Kizungu, guess who has acquired Kizungu mingi?
Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. Nairobi is also the home of two United Nations headquarters. A visit to the Nairobi National Park, just 10 kilometers from the city center. Nairobi is proud to be the first city in the world
That answers the haters who gave up when Governor Sonko leaked private audio recordings. Ati Sonko hawezi weka siri. Hii ni nini?
Nairobi is proud to be the first city in the world,
That was Nairobi Governor's speech at the Blue Economy Conference, and Kenyans have been wondering about the source of the accent. And I think I've stumbled upon the transition, as in how he moved from ile Kizungu tumezoea to your Blue Economy. It's well captured in this dance. Oneni vile Sonko ali transition.
Can I ask the members of the county assembly to also join the governor?
Achiki ana dance na pasaris. Alafu sasa akaona mzungu wa ukweli. And just like that, mamata aliachwa kwa mata. Now, in other news, according to a report released this week, the Thika Superhighway costs the taxpayer 1.5 million shillings every day to maintain. It's the most expensive road in Kenya. It's like the Slay Queen of roads. Maybe we should rename it to Thika Superhighway. And come to think of it, Thika Road has a lot in common with a Slay Queen. It's expensive to maintain, inajulikana na Kilami, and in some way they are both connected to Roysambu. But then again, why is it important? Why is it expensive to maintain Thika Road? Apparently, the 1.5 million shillings a day include clearance of stalled traffic, repair of road furniture, kama zile mapost, road signs, among other damages caused during accidents, and replacement of SIM cards kwa wale taxpayers wanashukia Githurai. And also, former Ambira High School students who featured in a video referring to senior government officials as a popular domestic animal, among other insults, and openly admitting that they stole exams, have been arrested. Some people feel they should not be punished because our politicians also do the same and go unpunished. That's inaccurate. And that's also an insult to our political leaders. Yes, politicians hurl insults all the time, but have you ever had a politician admitting that they have stolen? In fact, the Inspector General has confirmed that they were arrested not because they insulted government officials, but because they admitted that they stole. Those are among the few stories, the many stories across the week. Now, the main subject of our show tonight has been inspired by this clip. See, one of the most savage things about that video is the gospel song playing kwa hiyo gari ya mwenye alirekodi hiyo video. Ati wanatafuta watu kama hao. And true to that, polisi wanatafuta watu kama hao. In fact, huyo hajapatikana by, I think sidhani polisi wamempata, ni media walimpata by the time we're doing this show. Now, this scuffle went down in Nakuru this week, and because of the statement, polisi wanapiga mtu wa tuk-tuk na mawe. The phrase seems impractical. It's unimaginable. The polisi wanapiga mtu wa tuk-tuk na mawe. It does not make sense. So let's go with the tuk-tuk guy was receiving construction material from two arms of government. That makes no sense. And this incident has caused a divided opinion among Kenyans. Some people celebrate just because they find pleasure in watching the disciplined forces getting disciplined. Others have described this as impunity by motorists. However, there's also the side of the tuk-tuk driver.
Hawataki kukusikiza, ndio wako kazi, na mimi pia niko kazi. Hawezi niheshimu mimi kama mwenye wanachunga. Unaona? Sasa Kenya wananiambia ni kuitana breakdown. Sasa ilifika hapo mimi pia nikaanza kujidefend. Mimi nilikasirika na hao askari manake wamenikosea, wameangusha windscreen yangu.
And this is a very difficult story to form an opinion on when you think like a human being. The guy claims that polisi alivunja windscreen yake ya tuk-tuk. You would think the guy is petty, sorry. But kumbe, what people don't know is that your windscreen ndio tuk-tuk. Yes, without your windscreen, your tuk-tuk ni nduthi. For real. And now the moment polisi walivunja your windscreen, makosa zake zikapanda. 1, hana helmet. 2, he's carrying 3 passengers, and worst of all, now that imekuwa nduthi, hawezi ingia tao. And it's reasonable to understand where he's coming from. But then again, it's also a bad idea to attack a police officer, an officer of the law. And on the flip side, Baba Brad, from Facebook, while responding to that incident, raised the following. He posted, alikuwa anasema, how can 2 police officers trained in combat be overwhelmed by 1 civilian with no formal paramilitary training? Are we safe with such officers? That tuk-tuk guy should be enlisted in the service ASAP and made a commander. Really? Yes. You see, now Baba Brad has a point, but it's like he's never been in a tuk-tuk. Kushika hiyo steering ya tuk-tuk yenye ni paramilitary training. Unajua, while regular police hufanya press ups hivi, mchana na usiku msu wa tuk-tuk anachinda hivi. You see, there's a difference. Now, this story makes the subject of our show tonight because that's not the only incident that has gone viral this week of a civilian attacking a police officer. There's also this clip too.
Anapigana askari. Anapigana askari.
And you know things are hot. Ukiona mtu wa nduthi ametoa jacket akaweka chini. For real, by the way. Unajua mtu wa nduthi atoangi jacket hata akiota jua. For real. Another issue that needs to be addressed is what's more important between recording a crime and stopping it. But then again, what can a civilian do in the event that one of the victims' job description is to stop a crime? Police are charged with the responsibility to maintain law and order. And in an interesting twist, police have occasionally been accused of provoking and causing disorder. Now, where is the line drawn? Where do we draw the line? A good example is when during the NASA swearing-in ceremony, which contrary to expectation, ended up peacefully. And people claim it's because police officers were absent. To break this down further, we have in studio DJ Creme de la Creme, who suffered publicly in the hands of a senior police officer. And what was that all about? Join us on the other end of this break. Welcome back to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingoni. The subject on our show tonight is reverse police brutality, and our guest is super DJ, super producer, DJ Creme de la Creme.
Thank you. You're right. Mazi tuna behave tujonana before shows, but you know what, we gotta do it for the cameras, ndio?
Yes. We have to mazi. Alafu unajua hiyo story leo tunaongelea police reverse brutality na umekuwa na experience na makarao as a DJ of course. Alafu unajua for Creme you can't talk, uwezi ukiuliza Creme kama amewahi lala ndani, you have to be specific. Sasa leo story yetu tunaongelea police brutality, and it's something you have experienced first hand. In fact ukiongea ulikuwa unaniambia bado unasikia moto huku. The whole incident
hata siwezi kusikia vipoma.
Au nisikii poa. Alafu sasa unajua wewe karawa uko na freedom. Unajua kofi yako uko na compound. Kuingia good one.
Good one.
So I think I'll ask you this because I need to be specific kidogo and without ushailala ndani.
Wapi? I mean
sio hivyo. Azin sasa ile tu ya ukweli. Azin
kulala ndani nishela ndani ya cell.
Yes.
Like I slept inside.
Yes.
But at least it just sounds
lakini
wrong saying that.
Sana huko pia.
Imagine round maze nilikaa sana maze 24 hours.
Kuna mtu najua. Okay. Yes. Inaitwaje, what happened? Iye incident yenye umsaje kuja kukuacha vibare kwa booth.
You know the craziest thing at Kilifi. That was the place. I was playing at some club. Let me not mention it though.
Yes.
But it was mazi ushaikuwa party no man. It was one of those crazy parties that were happening.
Yes.
You know, and it was for kiangeleta video yenye ilikuwa 4 AM. So you know the times that wase wanaisha baridi wase wanaenda home.
Yes.
So actually I was winding up. So this guy comes tells me that it's a bit too loud, so I need to reduce the volume, which I did. Because if you see the video, nilikuwa job. Again.
Yes.
But I don't know what really pissed off this guy, because I did not want to switch off the music completely, because it's as easy as me reducing the volume.
Yes.
And as DJs kuna kitu inaitwa decibels, and I know my rights as a DJ, policy hizi pitisha, unaona.
So the DJ ndio zinaitwa decibels.
The sound levels is it a decibels, but you see as a DJ I know what limits I should and I can't pass, you know what I mean? Yeah. So kidogo mazem say America, you know it's crazy. The scenario was, this is the setup, right? Nyuma yake kulikuwa na counter. So si mimi niko katikati na play. This guy aliruka kwa counter. Baba mzima, I think ana watoto mazi, because he's an OCS. Just think about it. OCS na, but it's weird, OCS alikuwa amekonda mazi. Ama alikuwa mpya kwa ameanza kuchapa mahongo na get. Okay. So it was easy for him. This guy jumps over the booth. Mazi kidogo amenichapa coffee, you guy. All yani evil straight, yani as in it was a bit, and for me my reaction to such things,
that was the first time
nilichapwa coffee. Mazi sijui chapwa slap na mwanaume.
Ni sad juu hiyo coffee ilikuwa nzito. If possible tungeileta pia kwa interview. But then najiambia, how do you've seen the people we've played on the first part of the show. How did you manage to practice restraint, especially the fact that considering the fact that you feel that we're on the right?
But it's crazy that you realize at the end of the day they are the law. How I react to that situation can either make it better or worse. So for me, I was smart enough, you know, to just take it easy, breathe a little bit, because mazimara mob uta react to some situation out of anger and general, you know, normal adrenaline. So mimi nilitulia by the. I'm not a guy who gets angry easily, because think about it, kama ningeanza kuchapana na OCS, I think the outcome would have been worse.
Yeah.
You know, so I think by God's grace, I was like cool, calm and collected. But at the end of the day, that doesn't justify anything. What he did was wrong though.
True, but the last time you were on the show, tulikuwa tunaongelea story ya arresting DJs in the forefront. Ni aje wase makarao waache kushika ma DJs. Umekuwa na experience ya kushikwa na
mara moja? Mpaka nilishikwa Stato bana. Ulisikia story ya Stato? Dallas.
Nakumbuka juu ya ile story ya inaitwaje? Work permit and stuff.
So nilala ndani for 24 hours. Mpaka the next morning nikamka nikaenda home. But at the end of the day, I think siwezi sema ni bahati mbaya really, but a lot of guys wamekuwa kiniuliza mbona nilipost hiyo video kwa IG yangu. For me it was I knew I would probably mazesi easy at his G court cases and all that stuff. For me, that's not my issue. For me, my issue is to sensitize the guys that enyo kweli this stuff is really happening. Mazi makara wanapaswa kuachia ufala because boda mimi niko job, you know, trying to fend for my kids, for my family and chasing dreams. You know, and so say for him to come to my place of work and do that was totally uncalled for.
Okay. Alafu hiyo 4 asubuhi hata ulikunywa breakfast because ukienda home upewe kitu unaambia wife I've had coffee so.
Hey, guy, you're crazy, man.
experience makarao wa maju na makarao wa huku.
Yes.
Do they compare?
Let me tell you, it's unajua mazee maju, like those guys are so professional because honestly I was on the wrong. You know, so for me the whole issue about the work permit going wrong and all that stuff, maze coming kwa Karawa Kenya maybe ange handle very differently, you know, but these guys really handle it because cheki, I'm a foreigner, I've never been to that country before, but even for them how they handle my visa processing, nililala ndani ndio kwa jela, but how they handle me from but they ilikuwa prison break. Mazini was your story. Wow. What? It was crazy because I was told, as a right we have to handcuff you. Does it hurt? Skiz wananiuliza, does it hurt? Shika? Yes. Then I was taking like say 20 something kilometers. But even reception ya jela to your cell, maze iliwanga tu haina pressure. Maze
I have very many friends wenye ni mapolisi maze. Friends. Sa ingine hata miss as in we met in circumstances in to end up kukua mabeshte. But then a case like what you went through is sad. True. And they talk of their mechanisms za kufuata Karawa kikukosea so that you can have your issues addressed.
Yes,
you can forward complaints, you can do stuff. Wewe hizo makofi zote, and in fact by the way you look lighter huku. Nauliza
sikusikia.
Sasa nauliza, did you feel like suing the guy ama hizo maasira za mimi?
I was angry, man, like I was pissed, like there's so many other things that are going through because something else I didn't tell guys. They were like I should take down the post, ati Kenya ilikuwa nimepost ni like I should take it, I should delete the post, but I was like you tell that OCS to call me and apologize. The truth. Sikuwa na drama. Me, I didn't, of course, sikushika phone.
Oh. Ulijua ni yeye?
Nilijua ni yeye. But at the end of the day, the truth has to be told.
Ungeshika phone, ukuliwa kumoto.
But the truth, at the end of the day, me, I'm just happy his story was all you about it. And that's why we're having this discussion now. True. So I'm glad that post, it had an effect, and you know that's all that matters.
Okay. What do you think will be the solution? Yeah, kitu kama hii ya mapolisi kwa inaitwaje altercations between civilians and police officers. I believe we are all friends. I'm asking you a question. Not of course you are not a police officer, but with the haircut unaweza pass. Sasa as a how would you advise wase both makarao na wase wa kawaida on how to deal with that, especially when we experience firsthand?
I think the way my situation was handled in the US was different because those guys have probably been sensitized and trained about general public relationship. When you took kawaida, the same way, bro, you need to treat me as an individual. Yes. I feel most of them, I understand maybe in your hardship, is my training, you know. But again, we are humans, we are not enemies. The craziest thing about policemen is they usually, most of them sometimes, wamesha kulabel a suspect. That is one side, yeah? Yes. Wewe, as an innocent guy, umeona karao, una feel, we tu ni suspect by default, just because how they treat us, you know? Yes. So I think if we are sensitized enough, maze makarao, maze wambi, they need training. Bro, there are so many PR companies, but they kuna sort of pata job juu story. Wafundisho tu kudili na watu. Just that, I don't know, kama walikuwa wamefanyia training, but inaitwa refresher course, ndio? They can do it again, you know? But at the end of the day, before I finish, also, the normal civilian should not be at any point like they should not provoke the policeman. Number one, I always insist they are the law. You know what I mean? So for the cop to tell you you've done A, B, C, D, you should be cool enough and tell him, I have not done this and this and this because of so many other reasons. And of course, I think guys should also know their rights. Ukweli. There are so many things guys don't know. Like karao pasi kuingia gari yako, achukue kifungu. For what? That should not happen. You know, some small, tiny details. Guys also need to know their rights as individuals.
Basi unajua hapo kwa knowing your rights ndio hiyo anwase wengine makofi. So I'm thinking there probably needs to be nitwaje kama civic education so that people can know what to do and what not to do. Because that I mean it offends me kuona mtu anaharasiwa out of their car, not even by police officer, na kanjo wanaforce kwanza mazi gari yake ndio wakae mbele mazi, mtu cabbage because anataka kukaa mbele juu umeshikwa. And when you see yes,
let me, the craziest thing before I forget, my cab guy gave me a story. Alihanda na kanjo, si ndio? So walikuwa na mhanda wakamemaze juu ukitaka tu sijui if you want us to let you go pay 2,000. The guy was frustrated, but I wish it was caught on camera. This guy got frustrated, akalock milango mazina ka drive thika hawe boss. Kanjo kwa hapo mbele mazina ana safety belt, amepiga nduru buda.
No, don't try that.
At the end of the day, guess nani alipea mwingine 2,000? Unataka nifungulie mlango? Hiyo 2,000 tu.
Akampea
2,000. It's true. Alimge. I wish it was caught on camera, but I swear I wish this would have been killer, baby. Ingekuwa noma.
Mbona niko na feeling huyo ni wewe?
No, I can't do that. But it's a true story of us.
Do you think it's a cultural thing? You are police, you wamesha kuwa trained kuangalia msee, wana feel when it's suspect already. That's a systemic thing. Ama tunaweza maliza hiyo na campaign kama hii kuambia karao mzee. Don't judge a book by its cover.
But at the end of the day, it's a mindset. It's a choice. Bro, unaona karao mzee hata kama that's how other cops are. That cop has a choice to either treat this guy with dignity or not. Get. But pia on the other side, you also have a choice though, how you're going to respond to that cop, with dignity or not. Because I think so many times, it's, I think, anger management. Karao amekukujia na ubaya, umeflip, umemtokea na ubaya. So what happens, of course, kutaka moto, you know. So for these guys who just look at you and label you as a suspect, inaweza isha tu with changing the mindset. Pole pole too. We might not get there today, tomorrow, but at least we'll have campaign size boss. You know the guys who are going to benefit our kids and all these other guys. You know, for us that's important. Umefanya job yako.
Ni kweli. By the alafu hizo mavitu za kama kutitwa say kama suspect, ziko na psychological effects, maybe long term and stuff. Because I noticed hata nikusalimia before ulikuwa, and that's not a good thing. I
hope about it in any effect.
No, but I hope we'll record hizo makofi utumie kama drop mahali. That's DJ Creme.
But what imagine, think about it at 4. At least umekunyoka kitu, you having a good time. Mazi zilishuka zote. Yani you don't understand. Your coffee.
Alikurudisha sana.
Hata hangia kesho ikaisha buda imagine.
For real?
It's true, man. It's
how long did it take you to move on, as in you feel? Kabisa.
To move on?
Because I understand, ukipigwa coffee po unasikianga hiyo mkono ukilala. How long did it take you for you to move on?
I'm still going through.
Hata kuna vidole bado zinashuka kwa mkono yako. Wapi makofi ya DJ Creme?
Thank you, man. Kinori, because I came bearing gifts, eh?
Yes.
I hope you'll allow me to do this, Mazi. At least misikujange hapa mgutu. Mkono tupu kama wasenajua. Brought you this, Mazi. I'm doing a brand called Esco.
Wazi.
Yeah?
Wazi, bro.
Sakafiti.
Asante sana.
Yeah, that's for you, Mazi. I hope
zinaka,
Mazi. That's for you. Early Christmas, Esco.
Thank you. Esco, baby.
Yeah. Thank you.
Esco.
Yeah, Shita.
Niseme Esco, baby, ama ni Escobar. Unajua?
Esco.
Esco?
Yeah, Esco.
Maze, asante sana. Inaweza sana. I love the quality, is very good.
Thank you, amazing.
So, what's your get wapi?
We have an Instagram page, Esco by Creme. Hala, Maze, we do deliveries by the within town, outside the country. Okay. We have a lot of things, hoodies, sweatshirts, capes, the works. You guys check out our place, Maze. Inakafiti, sio? Yeah, Maze, buy Kenya for Kenyans, Maze. Nashukuru.
I really hope ini yangu ama
of course
ama tukitoka outside kama utatoka hapa uchukue show iishi basi
boss. It's yours. But speaking of which, you mentioned a guy who comes
Thuku,
here.
That was where I was going. Thuku, please step forward.
Yeah.
Come here, bro. Say there, Mike. Thuku, come.
Are you alright?
I'm good.
You should have the seat actually.
Thank you.
Hiyo ni kiti yako. Thuku tutamsalimia tu. Tutamsalimia tu. Maze Thuku has been an audience member wa show. He comes from Naivasha. He travels all the way to come watch us perform. Wapi makofi ya Thuku? You can use the microphone.
Hi guys. My name is Joseph Puku. I come from Naivasha. I work
Yes.
I work down there in Naivasha, and that is where we live. I came with my daughter
Sasa kuja tuseme.
and her friend. Please just step forward.
I'm saying, come, it's okay.
Dhuku.
Yes, please.
I hope you have a gun.
I'll choose one. This is Juliet Mangi. She's my daughter. And this is Lucy Gadoni, who is her friend.
Awesome.
We also brought you something.
Oh, wow.
Good job. We only need to fix it and then... Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Okay. Dhuku travels from Naivasha, Maze.
Every recording, Maze.
Not every recording.
Yeah,
once in a while, akipata nafasi, he travels from Naivasha. And that's not to forget efforts za wase wetu wenye wao kama hapa. Ike, Maze. Ike ajai kosa show from when we started. Ike, mambo. Come. Please step forward. Karibu. Ike hajawahi kosa show. Wow. I think amekosa kama 2 ama 3.
Na hizo 2 niende man, si ndio tunaelewa.
Thanks sana Ike. Thanks sana. Si ndio? Haya. Wapi makofi ya Ike? Umeniletea nini Ike?
Kelele umekuletea vitu.
Wewe unajua ukisema ninaletewa vitu ni story nyingine. Thank you very much. Aya. Asante sana. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Asante sana.
So this is for last
Asante.
Wow.
Thank you. Asante.
Good stuff.
Thanks Tuku. Maze, it's very, very, very nice.
You look...
Maze.
Si hapa naweza kuliko hapa sina.
Asante sana. This is very, very wonderful. Tuku, imagine asikuwa najua umeniletea. Asante sana. We are coming back next year with new episode, but then again, wase will complain that atisho yetu ni short. Sa kumbe we have loads and loads of content that has never made it on air. Wow. We're going to show all that this season. Hata ile show yetu tukidj bado kuna vitu wazi kuna vitu wazi kumake it on air. We'll have that coming through. Tuko na my episodes zenye will come, tutakuja mtaa yako kukuliza the episode ya weekend edition yenye ilikubamba sana kabisa. Tell us, we'd like to play some of them, but most important, I'm actually so excited that we'll get a chance to show zile my episodes zenye zilibaki like maze kuna kitu tulikuwa na fit tungependa sana kuweka but time will not allow us. Ndio? Asanteni sana for the support. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. Asante sana.